Hey, prepare yourself, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Talking Through the Media, your home for entertainment news and reviews by fans for fans. I am Chris Fagan, and joining me, as always, is my wife, Joey Fagan. Hey, babe. Coming off on a week of just really trying to get the studio up and going and everything. I haven't gotten everything that I wanted up and done like I want. Oh, good. Volume's working like I wanted to do, but we're going to just power through and try to get through some topics real quick. I don't think I'm going to go through every topic that I wanted to go through at first, so I'm just gonna wing it little by little and just try to power through some of these topics as I put them together. If it's gonna work here. All right, first starting off with well before I start, there was some news about the Tuah girl. Did you hear about that? Mm-mm. That she may be in some trouble, some kind of a meme Bitcoin kind of a thing, or where it's a situation where a lot of her they're setting up this Bitcoin kind of a thing. I don't know what it's really all about, but she was getting people to invest in it, and it turns out that all of her and all of her friends were investing in it, and like a bunch of majority of the shares, they ballooned it up, and then when they got to a certain number, they dumped it real fast. So all the other regular folks that were in it just lost a bunch of money. So they're saying that she could be in a lot of trouble with this. And when she was getting called out on it online, she started bombing back on people, or live on live stream, just talking trash. So it's like I'm gonna laugh if it turns out that this person's true colors, because she was just recently on an interview where she was all like, I don't owe that guy anything. That guy that put me on that stuff, I came up with all that stuff myself. And then he showed the proof where because she was saying like she's not really like that type of a girl, and they put her up to it and stuff, and he showed proof that no. Listen to her words, and she was like, "Can we do another take? I think I can do something more edgier." And then she came up with that hawk to spit on that thing.
But I mean, her podcast, whatever she does with her friends, is nothing but
edgy stuff.
Raunchy, edgy stuff.
Like now she's trying to.
About, that's not who I am, but that's all you. No one's making you do that. You're doing that with your friends.
I think she's trying to get defensive, trying to act like that's not all she is, and that she's really trying to disassociate herself from that dude. And I was saying like, hey, legally maybe she doesn't owe him anything, but at the same time she wouldn't be nothing without that situation. So I don't know. But if it turns out that she's just a schemer and all this, her true colors is coming out, I don't know. Let me look at it. But I'm gonna be honest with you. This is exactly how I feel about it. Ain't nothing gonna happen to her. Because for the next 4 years, let's say she does get convicted, people are like, this is a felony, she can go to jail for this. She's going to bat her eyes at the right person and get a pardon. That's exactly what she's going to do. She's going to go, oh, please. And then, remember Tuah spilling that. And then she'll remind them that she dissed the black dude from that podcast, from his podcast. And then she'll get a pardon. She'll be fine. She's going to get a pardon. Just strictly from that alone. Anyway, but moving on, let's go to the real main topics of the day. Like, guys, for the theme of this episode of Talking Through the Medias, it's like race, reality. So there was a whole bunch of stuff that I really had planned, but we just don't really have the time. Maybe this weekend I'll get into it. There's some Reddit stories that dealt with like interracial couples and stuff like that. If you guys don't remember, me and Joy are an interracial couple. So a lot of the themes and the topics that we are going to talk about has a lot to do with black and white. I'll just put it like that. And there's some themes here. So race, representation, and reality in Hollywood really is what the theme is. And starting off with the first topic, I wanted to get into, because I didn't have time to really cover it because it was around the Thanksgiving holiday and stuff. So Jonathan Majors, that news that his ex-girlfriend dropped the lawsuit against him with prejudice, which means that she cannot file again. People are taking this as another sign that Jonathan Majors should be, returned to the MCU, and that another innocent man, found it. And I'm like, to me, it's like the way people treat Star Wars. It's like when the Kang storyline was happening in real time, people were bitching and complaining about how it wasn't working, it sucked and stuff. But the second that it was about defending a man against a woman's lot,
great.
Then now he's great. Now it's like bring him back, and they're comparing it to Robert Downey Jr. Like, what do you think overall? Do you think that whole thing about comparing his situation with Robert Downey Jr.'s situation, like, do you think that's fair? Do you think Marvel should give him a chance? Or what overall?
I think he's gonna make a comeback.
Yeah.
But I think people forget. You know how long ago that happened to Robert Downey Jr.? That didn't happen yesterday.
There was some time,
and it didn't instantaneously. Yeah. He didn't screw up, and then the next day they go, "Oh, you want to be
Iron Man? You want to be
Iron Man?" There was some time involved.
You're right. That's true. That's true, because while he was in the middle of it, going back and forth in the court and stuff, people were shunning him and stuff. So he did have his time out in the dark in the wilderness. So that's, saying,
I think he's got a potential to turn this all around.
Yeah.
It's not something that's going to be instantaneous. I mean, he's already kind of starting to do some little projects, and so I think, once we just need some time, and then I think we'll see him make a comeback.
Separation from it. Yeah, he'll. Yeah, I didn't even think about it like that. That's true. It was Robert Downey Jr.'s drama and stuff. I guess would be a better example would be like Johnny Depp. I think that, because that's more fresh and more recent. So we'll get into that a little bit later. But in the theme of talking through the media, let's go through from TikTok. There was a comment that was made from Sunny Lowe. Said, "Damage is done. Guilty until proven innocent is in this country now." That's what a lot of people feel like. Like nowadays, you're guilty and you have to prove you're innocent, but the damage is done. For a lot of people, I mean, for a lot of people, those accusations and stuff, your representation can be damaged and whatnot. I wish it would be nice to be in a situation where if you were found 100% acquitted or not guilty, the other person that accused you lied, I would hope that your career could bounce back. But most companies are like, well, you still come with that baggage. So I don't know. But at the same time, there's other famous people who, Brett Favre is still holding on to
I don't know. I think it just, you're just going to have to see. I think it's just going to be some time. It's not going to be instantaneous. I hope that he's able to turn it around. Yeah. I do agree that, yes, sometimes it doesn't work. We know to this day, and he was guilty, but Michael Vick, to this day, if someone mentions his name, they're like, don't let your dog around him.
Damn shame what they did to that dog.
And you're like, come on, guys, that was I hope he's not.
Yeah, I hope he's not doing that. From Twitter, there was, from Discussing Films, Grownish Gambino says, if Johnny Depp could come back, Jonathan Majors should sue. If Johnny Depp comes back, Jonathan Majors should sue. But sue for, it would be the talk that Johnny Depp might be in talks to come back in the new Pirates movie. I don't, Disney, and it says on the thing, Disney has not confirmed that this, what it says from Discussing Films. One new Pirates of the Caribbean movie script currently in development may include Johnny Depp returning as Jack Sparrow if Disney and him reconcile. Disney has not reached out to Depp yet, so, and they might not. So it's just speculation. People are already on the warpath of that. And again, comparing it to Robert Downey Jr., if we can forgive him. But like you said, Joe brings up a great point. There was a lot of time between for Robert Downey Jr.'s slow rise. He had to go through TV, and then that was back then before streaming, and when going from movies and Oscar nominations to regular television was considered bad for your career. He had to go through Ally McBeal and slowly come back, and he chipped away at it, and he got some favors involved, and he bounced back. But let's not get into the whole Terrence Howard really hooking him up and then screwing over.
Some of it too has to do with the success. If Iron Man had flopped,
oh yeah, it would.
Then people would have been like, well,
see,
I mean,
that drug he shouldn't have been on. Yeah, that drug he shouldn't have been on there. Yeah, exactly.
But because it was super successful and continued to push out all these movies, and it's like, see.
And the second the Avengers made $1 billion, that was it. It was over. That was over. So yeah, that's true too. Money talks. At the end of the day, let us know what you guys think. If you got anything more to say on add to it, let us know in the chat below, in the comments below. All right, another bit of breaking news. I'm not gonna say his name correctly. I don't really know how to say his name properly. It turns out that, let's see if I can, because I know I'm not gonna say it right. Let me pull it up right here. Okay. So is it Paapa Essiedu has been offered to play Severus Snape or Snape, I don't know his name, from Harry Potter, in the Harry Potter TV series, which was a role originally played by a white man. And so, like, I even put a poll up, like people are already going to start up with the whole, well, you might as well let Tom Hanks play Martin Luther King or Black Panther or something like that. You know, it's always that situation. It's never people, and then people start making these memes and making these jokes that I'm pretty sure, like, channels like Geeks and Gamers, we're going to have a real nice, fair and balanced discussion about this casting. I see no drama happening here at all, and yeah, it's just funny. Of course, I haven't even checked, but I could only imagine what they're saying about this person. And I had to admit, I don't know much about his career, but I went to Wikipedia and I looked it up. And just to start off, and that's why I got this picture up right now, because, let's see, Paapa Essiedu, if I'm saying it wrong, please correct me in the chat. I know I'm saying it wrong. I'm butchering it, but I apologize. Let's see. His breakthrough came with his role in the HBO miniseries I May Destroy You back in 2020, earning nominations from the Primetime Emmy Awards and the British Academy Television Awards. He portrayed George Boleyn in a Channel 5 miniseries, Anna Boleyn. He had a starring role in an AMC Plus action series, Gangs of London. He was in Lazarus Project, and he was also in Black Mirror, Demon 79. He made his feature film acting debut as a policeman in Kenneth Branagh's mystery film Murder on the Orient Express. He took the role in a horror folk film Men in 2022. So he's been around the block. He has nominations. He has acting chops. And when I looked further into his career, he's theatrically trained. He's of like the Broadway folk. He's a Broadway guy. He is on stage and screen, playing title roles like Black Jesus, King Lear, Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, King Lear again. I mean, the Covenant, Passover, a number. I mean, he's been in a lot of things, accolades. The Ian Charleson Award, Independent Spirit Award, Black Reel Award, British Academy Television Award, Dorn Award, Primetime Emmy. It goes on, Broadcasting Press Guild Award, British Academy Television and Award. I mean, he's got the chops. It's like pretty much he's not a DEI hire, right? But of course, everybody's gonna be up in arms because fictional characters that start off white should stay white.
Understand the anger in any of that, unless something is an actual historical piece of work that is, like, we're talking about true history.
Mm-hmm.
Then yes, we should
stop getting their panties in a bunch, right?
But this is a made-up story, so therefore they can be anything. Why does it matter? Why do you care?
Magic isn't real. Hermione isn't real. Harry Potter is not a real boy.
They're not wizards.
Wizards aren't real, you know?
Like, calm down.
But of course they won't. because because whatever the first thing we see is the thing that it should always be, is how people kind of act. So, and people always act like if the situation was reversed, if you changed from a black person to a white, whitewashing has been going on for a long time. Emma Stone is also has a movie where she is supposed to play an Asian woman from Hawaii, like a Hawaiian or a I don't know if like a Hawaiian woman or play Asian. I can't remember the name of the movie. I never watched it, but she apologized for that because she knew she like, I should have known better not to take that damn role. But it's happened a lot, and but when you're actually playing roles of people who actually exist and cultures that actually exist, like there's no wizard school. It's not there. It's not happening. So
I mean, it'd be, and then not even one thing, like if Severus Snape was an Asian person and this guy decided, I'm just going to pretend and I'm going to speak with an Asian accent.
Yeah,
no, I'm not.
That'd be terrible.
Then I'd be like, dude, that's not cool.
That's not cool.
Just change the character
make it
to
your
be a
own.
British
Yeah.
dude, and okay, we're cool. Just,
and he is British.
and he is. I know. I'm just saying, just play the character as yourself.
It's your role now.
But
and it won't matter. He might this TV series might be one of the most well acted thing we've ever seen in a long time, and it won't matter. It won't matter. It's woke. That's all we're gonna hear. It's too woke. But I don't know. Let us know what you guys think. Have you seen all these pop-ups online? Are people being as civil and calm about this casting as I'm sure they all are? What are they talking about over there at Geeks and Gamers? Because I don't really go there. Speaking about channels I don't go to, a couple of weeks ago we talked about the election, about this woman named Maya. I don't know. She was a TikToker, and that whole thing about how the non-committed movement, had that uproar, and then they got what they wanted. And then I remember something popped up on my TikTok feed, and her name popped up again, and I was curious, so I clicked on it. I was like, I can't see it, and I went to her page. She blocked this. I brought that up the other day. I was like, that's funny. You don't have to block me. I do not follow you. I do not care. So he's like, a lot of these people, 2 million followers, and she's that sensitive when she gets caught, because I called her out on what she was really trying to do. It was just about her trying to have leverage and trying to seem cool. And now she has to justify her actions. And I'm blocking everybody who is mean to me online. Yeah. Okay. All right. Answer culture, right? But moving on to another topic. So one of the most watched videos that I've ever done on TikTok was involved with the TV show Yellowstone, especially these characters right here, Teeter and Kobe. I made fun of the fact that, that love story and that the back and forth, her prowl, her pursuit of Kobe was one of the funniest things I've seen on TV, and I loved it. And spoiler guy, we're going to get into some spoilers. So if you haven't caught up to Yellowstone, we're about to get into something. So we watched the latest episode of Yellowstone. What do you think overall? Or what do you think about what happened, the situation?
I mean, with the situation with them, it's totally unnecessary. It has nothing to do with the current story that's going on. They're not involved in that storyline whatsoever.
Is it a conspiracy of them trying to break up interracial relationships on Hollywood? No,
it almost just felt like we're just trying to burn it all to the ground. Like, because I know we were confused because they said, only one more episode after this to the season finale, which we've all been told that this is supposed to be the series ending. So there's some confusion there. Is it ending or not? But it just feels like we are trying to end the show and we're just burning it all.
I said online,
we don't want anybody to be happy, just end everything.
And I put a poll up on our channel here. I was like, for him to, that scene where he sacrificed himself to save the boy and whatnot. Of course, that'd be something that the character would do. That's fine. But like you said, was it necessary? I thought it would make more sense that the older man who seems like
the one who's like,
I don't know what I'm going to do with my life.
Yeah, like this is the only thing I've ever done.
That could have been something.
I have no purpose after this.
That could have given his life purpose. The way everything was going, that made the most sense. If anybody was going to sacrifice themselves in that moment, it would.
And you should have known it was something was about to happen because
the music started. Well, no, weird.
But I mean, like we just not 3 minutes prior. Finally get I love yous out of them.
Yeah.
From whole other states.
Ever since Teeter was introduced, trying to make this happen. I think all Yellowstone fans was rooting for this to happen. And the episode before the last episode, you just snatch it away.
I love you. She says I love you, and then we kill him. And a few minutes later,
he's like, I just told my girl that I love her for the first time. Let me go in there and just and run in there and save that kid. Like. Most dudes have been like, but he's a better dude than me. I'm like, man, that kid, man, you better just don't move, kid. like I would have got that gun. I was like, I would have done that. That's what I would have done. Like exactly what the kid did. I mean, it just made no sense. To me, it made more sense that what's his name? I can't remember. Lloyd. It made more sense for Lloyd. It was either Lloyd or Rip. I mean, even Rip would have made more sense. But we obviously have to see what's going to happen with Jamie and all that stuff, so it can't really be Rip. But Lloyd was 100% the person that should have sacrificed himself or that could have been how they could have got rid of John Dutton.
It's like it was like they just suddenly decided, we've been doing nothing but talking about Jamie and Beth and Casey. We probably ought to talk about somebody else for a second. What can we do? You know what? We can kill Kobe off.
Can't kill Rip. Gotta
like what the heck?
Let's remind the Yellowstone audience that Teeter is what's that Greek person, the Epidus, what's his name? The one that rolls the boulder up the hill just for it to roll back down again. Like Teeter deserves no happiness. That was just
it's like, and they're like everybody's favorite. They just adored that.
I think that's my theory. I think it's partially because they were taking too much attention away from Rip.
Out Game of Thrones style. Yeah. You love them? No, they're dead now.
I think they were taking too much attention away from Rip and what's her face, and that's what they didn't like. Like, no, let's take them out. No more Oreo cookie love here. Like, no. I mean, they were the most. Besides, I mean, Beth and them, they get memed and they get quoted a lot because of Beth's, hot temper and stuff like that. Kobe and Teeter got quoted from cute moments. And him trying to fight. The funniest thing was that thing that I put on TikTok. The whole the scene about it's only a matter of time. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. Leading up to what happened with Kobe getting taken out, I felt something was in the air for the past couple of weeks. I felt something was off with Teeter, and I didn't say nothing out loud. This is the first time I'm bringing it up. I honestly thought they were going to write it in the show that Teeter and Kobe and that other guy, Kobe's friend, were going to have an affair. We're going to do something while they were out there in Texas. I thought that's where we were going with this. I thought it just kept. I was like, please don't let him hit on her or something like that. I thought that's what they were going to do, and I was worried about that. And then no, this happened. So you didn't feel that way at all? Yeah, you never doubted. I didn't trust him. I thought he was going to make a move.
I don't know what you call it. How they play it out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who instantaneously he gets offed, and instantaneously I'm gonna pick my phone up and be like, let me call this best friend real quick. Hey, I'm gonna let you know, like 2 seconds ago.
You just died. Yeah.
That was that. And would you go tell?
Well, that part to me wasn't unbelievable. All the bodies that are buried all over that ranch, that ain't nothing to them.
No, would you think? There's usually some other steps. Are we cleaning up, or who else are we calling?
Mm-hmm.
Are we calling the authorities? What are we doing? And then I'll call people to say, hey, I just want you to know. But no, the first thing I'm going to do is whip my phone out. And
wouldn't you want to be the first to know?
Well, you think
technically, I mean, like, wouldn't I would think she would be mad if he made any other call besides to her first.
No, I'm talking about emergency type calls.
They said he died. It was instant, like a kick to the chest. That horse was a man killer or something. I don't know. They kept pumping it up so much to the point where I was like, it feels like somebody was going to get taken out by that horse. I thought it was going to be the boy. Then when Kobe came in, I was like, damn it. I was like, that's the weird thing I was feeling. Is it bad that I was kind of hoping it was the boy? I felt bad. I was like, oh, that'd be crazy if that kid shouldn't have gone in there, kid. But Kobe comes and saves him. That's fine. He went out a hero, but it was not necessary. It should have been Lloyd. I
mean, you could have still had drama by just having someone get injured. Oh, he stomped on him. He broke his leg. You know, he
paralyzed him. Something.
Cut his head, or he's bleeding.
They survived the horse attack when they got stomped around in the road. They survived all those horses, and then this one, like, I don't know, it was weird. I don't know. It didn't feel good to me. But there was some comments that came in on that. Some people had a lot to say on it. But here's from Facebook. We had Annie McPherson says, Kobe's death hurt me more than John Dutton's for sure. Do you agree with that? Do you think? Yeah. Way more impactful. It wasn't off screen. It was right there in your face. You were screaming at the TV, hoping it wasn't about to happen, and boom. I think they were trying to make up for the fact that Dutton's had to be off screen. They wanted to give us an impactful one. Because I'm sure if what's his name would have came in and filmed himself getting taken out like that, it would have had more of an impact. But they probably saw that as like, people aren't going to be satisfied with him being taken out.
I don't even know that would. I think with Kevin Costner, people were just mad at him.
Yeah, but it reminded people of the delays and stuff.
So they were just like, okay, cool, he got taken out.
I know one. Besides it being more impactful than John Dutton's, people aren't really worried about Kevin Costner that much anymore now. People are kind of moving on now. From Instagram, og.jen.meyer says, my heart shattered watching that. It was not needed.
It was unnecessary.
It was like 100% what you were saying. It was totally not needed, totally not necessary. So, yeah, came out of nowhere. It should have been Lloyd. Hashtag it should have been Lloyd. That would have been that's make that into a movement. All right, guys. Let us know what you guys think about the whole situation with Yellowstone. Did we spoil it for you? Are you mad that the Teeter Kobe love journey has come to an end? It's a tragic kingdom, is what I called it. So let us know what you guys think. Comment and let's keep talking. So moving on to the movies, more of the movies part of it. I've been meaning to do a review of Moana. I saw Moana 2 recently, and I didn't get a chance to do a proper review. So I'll just say real quick, just for a soundbite, I guess, I'll just say I enjoyed the movie. It was a great adventure, just like the first one. What stood out was that they were trying to recapture the magic that they had in the first one, but the music, the music writers that were in part one, that they didn't bring them back. What's his name from Hamilton? What's his name? Lin-Manuel wasn't. It was so noticeable. It wasn't jarring, but it was like I knew from the very first song. There was only one song that I was like, this is a bop, or this is, but it wasn't gonna. It wasn't like, I wasn't expecting much from Moana 1, but then almost every song was like, it was like, it was. There's more than one song that I like from Moana. So, and there's none that I like from it was just, and then at one part they were trying to capture his style, and I was like, no, don't do that. But as far as like the animation, people were saying it should have stayed on Disney Plus. It wasn't. No, it was up to par. They made the right decision. You're gonna make more money putting it on big screen. They made the right decision. The adventure, the storyline, it fit perfectly for a sequel. Was it better than the original one? No. Did it have to be? No. But I enjoyed it. I had a very good time. I think my kids enjoyed themselves. They had a good time. I think overall though, we enjoyed the overall story, the vibe, the feel of part one. And the only missing element was the music. It just felt like everything else. I felt honest. It's weird to say, but I felt like if that one piece was included, it may have raised my enjoyment just a tad bit more. Like, especially how we were talking about musicals and how we were talking about how we didn't enjoy Joker 2, and the music element was what was the letdown.
A lot of these movies are forever known by their
music.
song.
Yeah.
I mean, Let It Go.
Yeah.
Everyone knows, even if you haven't seen the movie, you know what movie that's from.
Yeah.
You know, Little Mermaid. People have
They have these standout breakout songs.
So yeah, if you don't have
Moana
any standout songs, then you're not going to have as good a movie.
Yeah, and a lot of people, as far as Disney, a lot of people feel that the movie was still good. The adventure, the story was still good, but it was just missing that heart, that one little feeling. And that doesn't. But I'd rather have a good movie versus great songs and stuff. If I know that the story is still watchable, it was great. I had fun. I laughed a lot. The adventure was sort of kind of paint by numbers to the same kind of steps that she did in part one, but there was a little bit more added to it, so to make it not a carbon copy of the original. So it was original enough to make me enjoy it, and because I was afraid that it was just going to be a carbon copy of what they repeating what they did in the first one, but they didn't. They did a good job. They brought the pig along this time, which was cool. And I was looking forward to my line from part one. I was like, please call those the chicken and the pigs your boat snacks again, because we used to, ever since Moana 1, we call fruit snacks boat snacks, and that came from Moana. And he did. He's like, oh, we got more boat snacks. So we got the pig there. So it was when he kept threatening to eat the pig. So it was fun. I had fun with it. Now, why am I bringing all this up? That's my review, by the way. Why am I bringing up Moana 2 besides my review? Well, so there were people online who were trying to go viral, the ultra Christian right. And this one person here, Jenna Joy Happy on Instagram and on TikTok, was saying things like the movie Moana 2 was demonic and I had to walk out of it. There was a video that she stays holding her son. We're walking out of Moana 2. We're so super disappointed because it's so demonic. And it was funny how I saw a response to that. Is like somebody was like, it's funny how certain religious folks don't ever call movies demonic unless it's about other people's cultures and stuff. It's every time whenever the skin tones are a little bit darker, then all of a sudden it's always demonic. These types of people always use that word demonic. It's funny. And I listened to her video and she was like it wasn't as it didn't have the same spirit of the first one. So she tried to cover herself like saying like, oh, I'm a Moana fan. I love the first one, but this was more darker and more demonic. Remember how I said that Moana 1, I was worried that Moana 2 was almost a carbon copy of the first one? The villain, it was almost the exact same villain. And on part 1, it was literally a giant lava monster. Nothing but fire. That's not demonic. I mean, like, if you want to call something, but she was trying to say, I love part 1, but this one was just too dark. There was another demigod type of character who was who had like bat powers and stuff. She was almost like a female Batman. There was bats everywhere and stuff, and she would be throughout the shadows. Maybe that's what she's talking about. But part 1 literally had a lava monster and like red fire eyes. It looked like Satan, like for real. But this person goes, maybe the movie shifted away after the halfway point, but it just seems like such a jump from the first one. We left and got 2 tickets back. I don't believe her. I think she's lying. I think she saw the whole movie, or she didn't go at all. I think, or she just went to a movie theater and then just putting on a show. I think she's lying, and or she saw the whole movie and then still asked for her money back. Like, we saw that whole movie. It was demonic. Give me my money. Because you can pester them enough, they'll give you your money back. They ain't gonna. Even if you watch the whole movie. And she probably threatened and said, I got 1 million followers or whatever, and I'll tell everybody that you're a Satanist and say, give me my money back. So yeah, I don't believe her. I think she enjoyed the movie, but she knew that she could go viral with this stupid ass narrative. That's what I believe. Because come on. I mean, how are you gonna go into Moana 2 as if you didn't as if you didn't see Moana 1? Like, oh my God, I didn't expect none of that. Like demigods and surfing, then and chickens getting into crazy adventures. I mean, come on. I mean, it was the same movie. So no, she's bull corning. She's lying. I think she's lying. She saw the whole movie and she loved it, and she just wants to go viral. So let me know what you guys think. I don't believe her. All right. Last thing before, I'm gonna make this one fast because last thing I wanted to talk about was movies. I mean, we're about to get into Christmas and there's no time. Maybe on the last week, maybe on Christmas, maybe I'll do a video about like my favorite Christmas movies and stuff like that. Maybe I'll do a top 10 or something like that. But where'd that come from? Where's the video? So the movie that I wanted to talk about was like movies that I consider unofficial Christmas movies that aren't really Christmas movies. And people always think about Die Hard. Okay, that is on the list, but like this movie that you guys saw that I just flashed up, The Long Kiss Goodnight. I'm going to consider that a Christmas movie. Did you ever see The Long Kiss Goodnight with Samuel L. Jackson a long time ago?
A million times. I love that movie.
That's one of my favorite movies.
What's Christmas about it?
It had Christmas in it. I mean, it was in the background. I mean, and that's my point. Christmas wasn't the focus, but it was around the Christmas time. All that. I mean, there was ice. There was a church. There was snow. It's also official, unofficial Christmas, right? So I'm gonna do some spoiler. Like if you haven't seen The Long Kiss Goodnight with Samuel L. Jackson and Gina Davis, it's a must see. And I'm gonna go down the list of reasons why. I'm gonna give you some spoiler, but I've been talking about doing what I call spoiler bullets, and I'm gonna introduce that right now. So spoiler bullets of The Long Kiss Goodnight. Number 1. Okay, let me get my phone. Number 1. Amnesiac assassin. The film opens up with a captivating scene in which Samantha Kane, played by Gina Davis, is introduced as a school teacher and devoted mother living in the small town of Honesdale, Pennsylvania. However, Samantha has no memory of her past, having suffered from amnesia after a car accident 8 years prior. The intriguing premise sets the tone for the film. Number 2, spoiler bullet. Number 2, the mystery stranger. The plot thickens when a mystery stranger named Mitch, portrayed by Samuel L. Jackson, is hired to investigate Samantha's past. Their individual meeting is electric, filled with sharp dialogue and tension. 3, the dark revelation. As Samantha begins to remember fragments of her past, she discovers that she was once an elite assassin working for a covert government agency. 4, the deadly plot. The stakes rise when Samantha learns about a deadly plot involving a nuclear bomb. I don't remember a nuclear bomb being smuggled into the U.S. by a terrorist group. This urgency propels Samantha's and Mitch into a race against time as they must stop the plot before it's too late. Kidnapping and chaos. Number 5. In a heart-pounding moment, Samantha's daughter, Caitlin, played by Yvonne Zima, is kidnapped by the terrorists to use as leverage against Samantha. The emotional stakes heighten as Samantha has to confront her past and embrace her lethal skills to save her daughter. And that was one of the funny parts of the movie was the fact that when she was becoming the assassin again, she was acting like she didn't like her daughter. She never really wanted a kid that was going to slow her down. She started yelling at her daughter and whatnot. But then it was by the end of the movie, it was like a merge between the assassin and the mom, that their character that she created, they merged into one. So she became a loving mother, but a loving kick-ass assassin mother. Number 7, spoiler bullet number 7, the showdown. The climax features an explosive showdown at the end at an abandoned amusement park where Samantha confronts the terrorists in a thrilling sequence filled with gunfire, hand-to-hand combat. She faces off against the lead villain, who is revealed to be a former colleague and friend turned enemy. That fight between her and her ex, that dude, and it turned out to be his daughter. That was his daughter, the main bad guy. That was his daughter, and she told him that, and she was like, and he didn't care. He was gonna offer. He didn't care. The thing I loved about their fight scene was he pulled out a switchblade, and I remember she was like, "Oh, babe, only 4 inches," and he was like, "You'll feel me." Like that movie had so many lines that I just loved. Like when like there was a scene, I think the guy from not Billions. What's that other movie from HBO with the father and his crazy skin, his kid? Succession. I think that was the guy from Succession was in that movie. He cornered Samuel L. Jackson, who was singing one of his stupid songs, and he cornered him, and he was like, "You were I got the drop on you when you were doodling on a piece of paper when you were drawing a picture of a man's phallus or whatever the word he used." He's like, "That's a duck, not a dick." And like little stupid stuff like that. I'm like, the guy had to look at the picture again. He was like, "Wait." Well, I mean, the movie had a whole bunch of lines like when the main bad guy was trying to get his team to take out Samantha, and one of his guys was defeated, and he got on the radio like, "Sir, she got away. She got me. I think I'm dying. What do I do?" And the main bad guy was like, "Continue dying. Out." Like he was one of my favorite villains. Like him. There's Deacon Frost from Blade, and I think there's another one in my top 5. There's some more in my top 5. He's in my top 5. Funny, kick-ass bad guys. He was great. I loved him. The twist, just when it seems that Samantha has the upper hand, a shocking twist. Mitch is revealed to have been working with the terrorist group. We already found that. The finale confrontation, in a heart-stopping moment, Samantha has to choose between saving her daughter and stopping the bomb. She manages to do both, using her cunning and combat skills to disarm the bomb at the last second, showing her growth as a character and as a mother. Like I said, there was like a merge between her, the mom, and the assassin, the murderer and the mom. Resolution and a new beginning. The film concludes with Samantha finally coming to terms with her past, having embraced her identity as both a mother and an assassin. She leaves her old life behind, ready to start anew with her daughter. The final scene is a poignant, leaving audiences with a sense of closure and hope for Samantha's future. I still wanted a sequel to it. There was behind the scene facts. Gina Davis performed many of her own stunts in The Long Kiss Goodnight, including the fight sequences. This dedication to the authenticity is part of what makes her portrayal of Samantha Kane so compelling. Additionally, the film was directed by Renee Harlan, who was married to Davis at the time, adding an extra layer of collaboration and creativity behind the scenes. There you go. She did most of those stunts.
In the beginning, the chopping of the vegetables, and she kept, "Throw me something else."
I think
I must have been a chef.
I used to be a chef. Chefs do that. And then she throws a knife and like, scares the shit out of her husband. Chefs do that. It was just reminding, people who like to fuck around with don't marry assassins. Yeah, chefs do that. That was the line that she kept saying. Oh, my favorite. One of my favorite scenes was when she was trying to be badass and try to that new life that she created. She was trying to disassociate from it. So she was pretending like she was flirting with Samuel L. Jackson. And he was like, what's going on here? And she was like true love or something. He's like I am not that attractive. There's no way that this would be happening. I am not that good looking. No, one of my favorite scenes when they're stuck in the hallway and they're cornered and they got their guns and they're like, "All right, we got a full clip, just point and spray." And they were like 3, 2, and then a grenade just bounces right in the he's like, "Fuck it, run for your life!" Like that's like Samuel L. Jackson. And this was before Samuel L. Jackson was a household name, but even though with the cursing, this was when we were getting introduced, when it was becoming a household thing. Like, I don't know what it is about Samuel L. Jackson's delivery of the F-bomb, but it made him like Snoop is almost enjoying that same type of like, it don't matter, like it doesn't matter how real it is. It's still, it's like people will let Samuel L. Jackson babysit their kids. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. It's a classic movie. I consider it a Christmas classic. Even though, like, my own wife was like, "I don't remember nothing Christmas about it." It was Christmas all over that movie. It was a couple of days before Christmas. That's when it was set. It was a Christmas movie, technically. That's my opinion. I don't know. That's how I feel about it.
Kevin's choice there, I feel them. Yes.
Whitney Houston's The Preacher Wife feels like a Christmas movie.
Because it is, he's an angel. It's all about Christmas. They're getting ready for the Christmas play and the singing and the kids, the nativity.
But is it considered a Christmas movie though? Is it
I just looked it up because I was trying to remember, and it says
I remember the movie.
It's a Christmas comedy drama.
Yeah, but that is an official Christmas movie. I'm talking about movies that people don't consider Christmas movies, like Die Hard.
That's not something that comes up when someone says, "Oh, I want to watch a Christmas movie." No one goes, "Let's watch The Preacher's Wife."
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Medea Steals Christmas is what people probably come up with. But yeah, I remember seeing The Preacher's Wife one time before. But yeah, come up with any other unofficial, official Christmas movies that you guys want to shout out. Let's shout them out here on the show. I'll bring up another one next week. Maybe it'll be Die Hard. What about Edward Scissorhands? You didn't like Edward Scissorhands, right? That was a movie.
I've seen it, but it's not a memorable movie for me.
It's a classic, Christmas classic. All right, and we'll talk about it again next week. Guys, thanks a lot for joining us here for this latest episode of Talking Through the Medias. I'm hoping to get back on track. Like I said, I've been busy with the holidays and stuff, like, things slow down, and I'm trying to get the new studio up and running. We're going to be doing more interviews. I'm trying to schedule some things. You'll see the new studio in play. We'll do some Reddit reactions. I'll work on, maybe we'll work on that like Friday or Saturday. We'll do these Reddit stories that I want to do. There was a thing that I came up with that I was thinking that I wanted to introduce, where, you know what? I'm not going to say it out loud, just in case. It has to do with Reddit and movies. That's a little hint, but I'll save it. A little mystery. Let me know what you guys want to talk about, and appreciate you guys for watching us. Catch us on replay and share your thoughts on the topics when I segmentize everything, or on social media. Follow us on social media. Help us out and hit that follow button, hit the like button. Let us know what you guys think on the things that you want to talk about. You got a list of Christmas classics? Let me know. You got some thoughts on what happened with Yellowstone? Let us know. If you have some thoughts on what's going on with Kang and Doomsday, let us know. Until next time, guys, have a good one. See you next week. Peace. Thank you guys for watching our video. I really do appreciate it. Remember, you can support our show by becoming a member or a patron. So click the subscribe button. Don't forget to ring the bell for notifications so you'll never miss out on when we go live or post new content. Let's stay connected, grow this community together. Like, subscribe, comment.